Hey everyone, I hope we're all getting excited for all of the local and statewide events that are going to be happening throughout the week. I am located in the Adirondack Prism. We are the Adirondack Park Invasive Plant Program. Our program, as well as the Capital Region Prism, have decided to focus on Japanese tree lilac for the IMAP Invasives Challenge. And so this is a species that we are interested in because unlike other lilac species, this one has started to escape cultivation. So we want to keep an eye on any of the impacts that it might be having. So we have Japanese tree lilac, or Syringa reticulata, and I'm not sure if you can tell from this photo, but it does get to be a bit larger than the regular lilacs that you're used to seeing, and the flowers are all white. Like our common lilac, the leaves of the Japanese tree lilac are broad, oval-shaped leaves that are arranged opposite along the stem, so they're directly across from one another. And the edges of the leaves are smooth with no serrations. And then if you look at the very end of each stem, you can see in the middle of the photo here, each stem has 2 terminal leaves. So I've already briefly mentioned, but this species has flowers that are entirely white. With the common lilac, there's a variety of colors from white to purple, but the Japanese tree lilac will only have white flowers. And the reason we want to focus on this species this time of year is because a big way to tell the difference between the common and the Japanese tree lilacs are that the Japanese tree lilacs will bloom later. So once the common lilacs have already bloomed and finished blooming, the Japanese tree lilac will then start to bloom. So these ones will start to bloom in early summer. And if you've noticed that the lilacs in your yard have they've already come and gone, and then you're out for a walk somewhere and you see some white lilacs that are just starting to bloom or maybe in full bloom, it's probably a good idea to stop and look at that a little closer. Once they're done blooming, the fruit turn into these little boat-shaped seed pods, and then these will turn brown towards the end of summer, and you will see these on the trees throughout the winter. And the bark does look like regular lilac bark as well. It has these lenticels that are these white little markings that are horizontal around the tree. So as with the common lilac, the Japanese tree lilacs are often planted ornamentally. This photo is of a tree in Saranac Lake, and it has not yet bloomed, so the flowers look a little bit more green. I've seen this less often planted in people's yards and more often planted in parking lots or along the street. So if you happen to find some in that sort of urban setting, it might be worth it to go ahead and map it just so that we know it's there and make a note that it's ornamental. But we really are more focused on horticultural escapees. So if you find any in more of a natural or wild setting, absolutely go ahead and map those ones. Right, well, I hope it wasn't too irritating hearing me say lilac instead of lilac, and I hope everyone gets out and enjoys all the great activities from ISAW. Thanks.